Hey, we got a chance to meet a couple of the new Indianapolis Colts this afternoon via Zoom. Khalil Herbert, one of them, running back. Chicago Bears drafted him. Played really, really well for the Bears in 22 and 23. He's going to back up Jonathan Taylor. And then we also got to meet Corey Ballantine, a quarterback and special teamer who played most recently with the Packers, but prior to that was with the Giants, the Jets, and the Lions. Let's hear from Khalil Herbert first. What did they do to sell Khalil Herbert on the opportunity to come to Indianapolis?
I mean, they didn't really have to sell me on much. I like what they're doing here. I like the opportunity that's here. A great group of guys and, great offense and great defense. So, we had joint practice 2 years ago when I was in Chicago, and you could just feel the energy here. So, I was just excited to be a part of that and feel like, I could come here and help out. So.
How do you think it'll be teaming up with JT and just getting to watch him work up close and potentially joining him in the backfield?
I think it'd be great. I've watched him from afar last couple years. He's been doing his thing, balling out. So, just being able to, see it firsthand and get some tips or tricks or whatever it is, and be able to add stuff to my game as well, and help everybody out on the team. I feel like will help us a lot. So.
Joel.
Were you looking for an offense like this one where they run the ball quite a bit?
Yeah, definitely. That's an easy selling point, but no, definitely, a team that runs the ball well, uses a lot of the guys in the room. So yeah.
Chap.
Yeah, when you come to a team, you've talked about JT. When you come to a team that's got a guy who's the guy, and you look at your role, I mean, you'll be there when needed. I mean, you push it. How does that work when you know that all things being equal, he's going to get his 20 carries a game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how it's gonna go. Obviously, it's up to the coaches, but just coming in here, trying to learn, trying to help, being there, being available, being a guy that could help and carry the load if something were to happen. Just trying to come in and bring what I can bring to the team, the field, whatever needed. So that's kind of how I look at it, and just being able to help whenever any way I can.
And when you look through the years, I mean, teams generally need that number two guy because
Yeah,
back
yeah,
they either need
yeah.
a break or they're gonna get dinged up. So there should be a chance for a number two running back, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's kind of how the game's been evolving. But, again, I just came here ready to play, ready to help. And that's kind of the opportunity I saw here. So,
Thank you.
Steven.
Hey, congrats. So Khalil, for people maybe who haven't watched you, for fans who haven't seen a lot of you play, what would you kind of say defines or how would you kind of define your running style, I guess?
I mean, I feel like I could do everything. Short yardage, outside, inside zone. I feel like I've been in part of offenses that have done it all. Catching the ball out of the backfield, pass pro. I've been asked to do it all, and I feel like I could do it well. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I could do anything and help out anyway. So yeah.
There's Khalil Herbert. Easy smile, easy going, interesting to listen to. You know what? I mean, that's an Indianapolis Colt, right? And so is Corey Ballantine. Corey Ballantine, really kind of an interesting guy. At the combine a few years ago, Ballantine ran a 4.47, so he's got speed at cornerback, but primarily he's sort of been a special teamer type guy, except with the Packers one year, he was a part-time starter, and he didn't play terrible football, so he's a depth piece at corner, but a definitive piece with the special teams. And again, he was asked, what was it about the Colts that made the Colts attractive for him to sign here?
I had no idea where I was going to end up. I mean, but I already talked to, the general manager just now, and he had already known about me, and we talked about kind of how, I had some familiarity with some of the coaches already on the team, and he thought it would be a good fit for me. And, I mean, I'm always up for any challenge that's put in front of me. So I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to the opportunity. And that's just kind of how it came about. I didn't really know where I was going to be. I just kind of let it flow into God's hands, and I'm gonna make the best out of the opportunity.
Joel.
What did Chris say about what makes you a fit for the defense?
We didn't really get into specifics. It was more so me already knowing Coach Henderson from the Giants and having him coach me before. And I think what I bring to the table, I think I bring physicality. I think I bring experience. I'm going on year 7, and I like to compete. So I'm looking forward to helping in whichever way I can. I've also returned for a long time, so kick return for a long time. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I could do a lot of things, not just one thing. So uh, I'm looking forward to help any way I can.
What do you think? What do you think you learned from not just last year with the Packers, but the year before that when you really played a pretty significant role on defense?
Uh, what I learned the most, probably just be ready at all times, I think. I mean, I wasn't really expecting to like your name can get called at any time. It could be Monday night, it could a big game, could be in the playoffs. Whenever your name is called, just be ready to answer the call. I think that's the biggest thing, and put your best foot forward. Um, that's probably the biggest thing I learned, honestly. But I don't know, just stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
We'll go back to Stephen.
One follow-up question. I mean, the Colts before this week, they had a really young secondary, obviously, and they've signed like 3 vets, with yourself now this week. When you're, if you're providing depth, like I assume that's what one of your roles will be. How important is it to have experience depth at a position that's important as corner?
Um, I mean, I think it's important to have depth everywhere, but um, I think as a corner, having experience, knowing kind of what's going to come ahead. I mean, I've played in enough games to kind of know what's going to happen on if I just randomly get thrown in there. I know it's going to happen, or I know kind of where I need to fit within the defense. I know. I guess kind of poise is the right word too. I don't really get too flustered when bad things happen, or if as opposed to like a rookie who might not know what to think, what to expect. I don't really get too flustered about things that I can't really control, or if something doesn't go my way in one moment or another. So I guess poise is kind of what I would say experience brings to the table.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
James.
That's one I got for you is I guess how'd you we hear it all the time, stay ready. How did you stay ready in 2023 when you didn't get a chance to like play in the game? And I guess what did that take for you to be that mature and just stick with this dream, stick with this grind?
Well, kind of how I thought about it was with practice. I think that's where I really got my opportunity, because when I first got to Green Bay, I was initially on practice squad, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm practicing against the same guys that are starting on Sunday. So for me, it was like, it was just as good of work as playing in a game. And I'm in practice, I'm punching the ball out. I'm doing all of that the little things that I would be doing in the game, if I was starting at the time. So I feel like that kind of helped me get my opportunity to get on activated on the 53 and work my way into the defense and continue to rise from there. But yeah, I guess just taking practice seriously, taking it, one day at a time, not doing too much, trying to find little ways to get better each day, and not, taking too much on my plate at once. And I think that helped me a lot.
We'll go back to Joel.
With the kick return, how confident are you now that they've switched the kick return and kind of changed up the way that looks?
Um, I don't think that's changed my confidence at all. I think it's a different challenge. When I was in Green Bay, I was mostly the off returner, because we had an all pro kick returner. So our coach wanted him to get the ball for the most part, but and they really didn't really kick it to us. like that, so we didn't get too many shots at it. But I mean, it's different. I don't think it'll be a problem. I mean, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think once you get past the front line, there's nothing but space. So, it's a good opportunity to get better field position, score some points, hopefully, and put our team in a better position.
I think it's always interesting to listen to these guys talk and hear what they have to say about coming to the Colts and what they think they can contribute. And really, as much as anything else, you can tell whether guys are good listeners. Do they hear the questions well? Do they listen? Do they understand what's being asked of them? And do they deliver answers that are responsive? Because if they don't, that's a problem, right? If you're not a good listener, you can't play in the NFL. And there have been guys who are not good listeners with the media that we've heard from. These two guys, really good listeners. We'll hear from other Colts as they come into town, they sign the contracts, and the Colts put them in front of the camera and say, look, try to, be personable, right? And tell people, give these nice guys who are asking you questions good answers, can you? All right. Can't wait for those days. I want to hear from Chavarius. I want to hear from Cam Bynum. I want to hear from all of these guys who are coming in. We already heard a little bit from Daniel Jones. Really, really different offseason for the Indianapolis Colts, isn't it? I think it's going to be a different season, too, when we get there. We'll see what happens. Got to stay healthy, but there are a lot of reasons for optimism and a lot of reasons to look at the NFL draft next month as a time where the Colts can really do some business and go get guys at a high level who are going to be able to plug the holes that they still have.